Hi, Mel here from Imagine the Art Design. I have to use a generated voice because my microphone does not work properly, so I hope you don't mind. Today I want to show you how you can make a beautiful card without buying tons of supplies. I create digital kits and want to show you how to use these. For this card, I will be using the Happy Bright Watercolors digital kit that is available in my Etsy store. I will show you how to get the files into Silhouette Studio, crop the files if you want, and cut out separate elements. I will give you a discount code too. So first thing I did was to create a simple design of the card I want to make. I use Canva for this, but you can do it any way you like. A simple sketch will also be fine. As you can see, I used some of the elements and backgrounds. I also used Canva to make the text, but you can do this later in Silhouette Studio if you want. I opened up Silhouette Studio. I have the free version, and I use a Silhouette Portrait 4 machine. If you have another machine, it will work the same. The first thing I do is to drag screenshots from the design into Silhouette Studio, just for reference so I don't have to go back and forth to Canva. First, I am going to create the backgrounds for the card. The squares will be 12 by 12 centimeters. So I will create a square first. This will be the cutting line for the machine. I will place the first square as tight as possible on the canvas so I can print multiple images on one sheet of paper. Next, I am going to drag the first background into Silhouette Studio. This is one of the full-page designs from the Happy Bright Watercolors digital kit. As you can see, it is very large. This is one of the advantages if you buy 300 DPI files. You can resize it easily by resizing it to 11 inches for the width, or the equivalent in centimeters. My interface is in Dutch and centimeters, so I resized the width to 27.9 centimeters to start. Then I moved the background to the bottom layer so I can see the square and place the background to my liking. To keep all of my design inside the cutting area and away from the registration marks, I have to crop the image. There is no real cropping tool in Silhouette Studio as far as I know. Please let me know in the comments if there is. It is possible to use the slice tool to cut off the parts of the image you don't need. So that is what I do. If you press Shift while dragging the slice tool, it will make nice straight lines. Select the part you want to remove and press Delete. I will create the other backgrounds now and speed up the video. The process is the same. I create the square and drag the background image into Silhouette Studio. Then resize the image and use the slice tool to cut off the parts that I don't need. Now I am going to add the smaller elements to the cutting file. The two small elements at the top I will cut directly from my kit. First, I drag the page with the elements into Silhouette Studio and resize the file. I will need only two of them, so I will cut them out and discard the rest of the image. To cut the element, I will use the trace option in Silhouette Studio. I select the trace area around the element and put the threshold to 98%. I don't know exactly what it does, but it works for me. After I am happy with the selection, I click Trace and Cut Loose at the bottom of the panel. Now the element is separated and I can go on and do the other one. These two elements are too large at the moment. I looked up the size in my design and resized the elements to the correct size. If you look at the cutting lines, you will see that those two elements don't have a cutting line yet. So if you would start your machine, the elements would not be cut out. There are cutting lines in the simple panel, but I always use the line panel. With the line panel, you can use different settings for different color lines. To create cutting lines for these two elements, I use the following trick. Select the elements, and on the right menu, go to the shadow panel. Create an internal shadow with a very small value width. I use 0.03 centimeters. Select the square corners and click Apply. Since the internal shadow is in the same color as the square, the lines are now interpreted as cutting lines. I personally find this the quickest way to do this. Now I will drag the other small elements into Silhouette Studio. For the card with the text, I created a complete image in Canva. If you don't want to do that, drag the image with the cards in Silhouette Studio and cut out one of the cards. You can add the text with the text option in Silhouette Studio. I will speed up the video now, and you can watch me add all the elements. These two elements have to be cut loose so that I can create cut lines around it using the internal shadow. I finished all the files. Let's print them out and let the Silhouette machine cut them. Time to put all the elements together and create this card. Remember guys, I am an expert digital kit maker, but as a card crafter, I am just a beginner. I promised you a discount code for my store. Maybe you can try one of my kits. Use code YouTube15 to get a 15% discount on any of my products. Finished! I am actually very proud of this. I love how the colors all work together. It will make a great card for my sister's birthday next week. Thanks so much for following along. I hope you found this helpful. Even as a beginner, I can create a beautiful card. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe for more paper craft and journaling projects. And if you want to use the same digital kit I used today, you can find it in my Etsy store. Link is in the description. See you next time.